Kwasi here, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what the biggest barrier is to your success, and really the biggest barrier that's preventing you from smoothly manifesting that which you want, but actually, going to a point where you're taking one step forward and one step back, whether this be in your business, whether this be in your personal life. Okay? And by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the biggest key, the biggest realization for me, and how that translates into your physical reality, how you can begin using that right now to get immediate results. So make sure you stick around till the very end of this video because I've got a really, really great nugget for you. So before I begin this video, I want to quickly announce that I'm doing a free giveaway of my book, Life Mastery. If you want to enroll into a competition to win this book for completely free at the end of the week, just comment Life Mastery down below and we'll be picking one lucky winner to get this book in the ebook format every single Friday. I'm also super excited to announce the free one-to-one consult. Spots for that have opened up for the Reality Mastery program. So wait till the end of the video for the announcement on that. And with that, let's get started with this video. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the biggest barrier to your success and really understanding why it is that sometimes unexpected obstacles show up in our journey, how we can prevent these obstacles from happening. So before I get on with that, I want you to know that life will always have a way of showing you that nothing is ever too important. Okay? So the key word is important here. The important word is important. So what you got to understand is as we go through life, naturally, we tend to get entangled in it. Okay? So anything that you do, you sort of lose track of the doer and the doing. And then you just get entangled within it. And then when it doesn't happen the way you want, that's when you start to get, oh no, because you become attached to it. Too much identification becomes with it, right? So this is part of what's known as effort and surrender. Effort and surrender. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I've actually made a video on this explaining this concept in detail, but this is the single most powerful thing that you need. If you can learn to balance your effort with surrender, you're going to become successful in any area of your life, okay? So make sure you click up here to check that video out, but to just give you a general recap of it, what happens is there was a famous sage known as Patanjali, and he wrote the Yoga Sutras where all this yoga, Hatha Yoga has derived from. And he was so intelligent that even, it was said that even the gods were jealous of him, right? And he could speak every single language. People thought that he was many different people in one. They couldn't believe that Patanjali was one person. But he knew all of these different languages and he was very, very intelligent in general. And what he said in the Yoga Sutras was that in order to become successful with yoga, have it lead to a path of enlightenment, what you got to do is learn to balance your efforts with surrender. So you got to do with complete involvement without needing anything from it. Okay? This is the absolute key. So this brings me to understanding that, what is doing without needing me? Essentially, this is wanting without needing. So the problem nowadays is that whenever we want something, we need it, right? We're like, oh shit, well, I need this right now, I need it to happen. When you do that, that's when there's too much importance on it, and life will have a way of showing you that nothing is ever too important. Okay, so really to give you an example of that, when I wanted to make 100K months in my business, right? I'm on a journey to hit my first 100K month. Okay, and before I was on a journey of getting to my first 20K month. I reduced my importance towards it and it happened. When I reduce my importance towards the 100K month, it's going to happen for me as well. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is in my life, for the past couple of months, I've only been stuck at 70 to 80K a month, right? The 100K month hasn't happened. The max I've gotten to is 85K a month. Right now, this month, as I'm making this video right now on December 26th, I'm at 95K in revenue this month. I need 5K to get to 100K. Now, if I put on too much importance to it, I never cross the finish line. You almost get to the end and then some obstacle shows itself because you're making it too important. But now, if I surrender and I let go of it, it's going to happen, right? So that's the key state I want to get to myself. That key flow state between effort and surrender. When you've put in all the effort, you've done all the work, now all that's left is for you to just relax and let life carry you halfway. So this is really you meeting reality halfway. If you put in all the effort, all the actions on your end, life is going to take you halfway. Okay? If you have all the right attitudes, the internal actions, external actions, life is going to carry you the rest of it. But most people don't understand that, right? Then they start to struggle. If I came to the finish line and I was like, oh no, shit, well, I got to come on, and five more K, come on, I just got to do it, right? And then it just becomes a huge problem, a huge thing of importance. And then all of these obstacles that previously wouldn't have been there start to show themselves. Now, an interesting question arises here. Why is it that this happens? Well, this again leads us back to that nothing, life will show you that nothing is ever too important. It's going to reveal its true nature to you, the nature of impermanence, okay? Nothing is ever permanent. You're going to shed this body when you die, okay? You picked it up from the earth, you're going to leave it in the earth. You can't take it with you. Okay, so life is going to show you that nothing is ever permanent, everything is temporary, everything is fleeting, everything is changing. So in a way, when it shows you that, it presents all of these obstacles. Okay, so when you have too much importance towards something, what happens is you generate what is known as excessive potential. What do I mean by excessive potential? Well, let's think about it this way. If I took this pen and I brought it up here, right? I'm raising gravitational potential. If I bring my thoughts and put too much importance on it, I'm raising excessive potential. The pen doesn't want to stay here. My thoughts don't want to stay there. It's causing a disruption in nature's energy field. Okay, so the pen naturally wants to drop. See, when I release the pen, it wants to drop. That's its natural state. So in understanding that, our thoughts, when we put too much importance to that 100K month, nature wants to basically take that thought away. It wants to bring that thought away and create homogeneity in the field, right? The field becomes inhomogeneous. There's one concentrated thought in this particular thing, so it wants to restore this balance. And then it creates all of these obstacles, okay? Just to lower this potential, it creates all of these obstacles that naturally wouldn't be there. When life becomes too important to you, when anything becomes too important for you, that's when you're in trouble. Things can be important, but they can never be too important. That's what you gotta understand. This is like the scale, right? You can't get to too much effort and no surrender. That's when you're in trouble. Too much surrender and no effort. That's when you're in trouble. You gotta find a way to get to this sweet spot. Wanting without needing. Intending rather than, desiring and needing, right? So that's that sweet spot that I'm talking about. Now, really the question becomes, how do we get there? How do we coordinate our own levels of importance? And that's what I'm going to show you right now. So what I've seen in this journey is that, you naturally tend to get attached to whatever it is you're doing. You're generating 70K, 80K a month in your business. You're inching closer and closer to the 100K months in your business, right? But for some reason, you can't get there. Some reason, something's just stopping you. Something's just stopping you. Well, this is what you got to do. Key number one is you got to learn to watch your behavior from the third person. Okay? How much importance am I putting on this? Do I need this? Do I really need this? What happens if I don't get it? You consider the possibility of failure. Importance level naturally drops. When you consider failure scenarios, importance level drops. But people are afraid to do that. Why? We've been taught that if we want and need it enough, that's when it will happen. It's bullshit. You cause more problems. Really think about it this way. In an interaction between, let's say, a guy and a girl, right? The girl's super popular and the guy wants her attention. Who is this interaction most important to? The interaction is more important to the guy than it is to the girl. The girl doesn't even know of this guy, but the guy's been fantasizing and dreaming about this girl his whole life, right? So if something goes wrong, the guy's going to kill himself. But the girl's just going to be like, who cares? Just another guy trying to get my attention, right? So this girl's on a pedestal now, and she just doesn't care. So she gives the least amount of fucks. Guy gives a lot of fucks. So the problem now is that because the guy cares too much, he's putting too much importance. So in an interaction, he who cares less is going to control the frame of that interaction, right? Now the girl will just do anything and the guy will wag his tail, right? The guy just becomes like a dog because it's too important for him. He will obey to every single wish and command of the girl. The girl will be able to control him, okay? And this is because whenever things become too important to you, you lose. This is the game. When something becomes way too important for you, you start becoming controlled by that thing. When it's not important to you, then you control that thing. Only when you can completely get okay with failure, then success becomes a possibility for you. Okay? No one who's ever become successful, hasn't not gotten rejected, not gotten, failures, not gotten terrible grades or whatever it is. No, they've always encountered failure in their lives. And these failures have become stepping stones to their success. So you got to learn how to fail gloriously before you can succeed. Okay, you got to learn to embrace failure. You got to get more failures under your belt so that you can learn from them, iterate and improve. This is part of reducing this importance and this excess potential. Okay? So key number 2 is that whenever this game becomes too serious, remember you're playing just a game. When this 100K a month game becomes too serious, now it's time to show yourself that this is just a game. What are you going to do? Do something you would have never done before. Do something completely left field. That's the only way, the ultimate way of reducing importance. Oh no, I got to do a full day of work so that I can get to that 100K a month. Take a day off. Do it. Just completely rest. Take that day off. Do whatever you want. You're going to see when you do that, crazy things start to happen. Things that never would have happened before. When you release this importance, all that's left is the previous efforts that you've put in. And it's going to compound. The wall completely opens up. And now you can follow through. And with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope this was helpful to you. Okay, just to recap the general gist of this video, what we talked about was the biggest barrier to success. And you got to understand that the general principle of life is that of impermanence. And life will always show you that nothing is ever too important. Okay? And also, this is part of understanding effort and surrender, which is what the famous sage Patanjali said. You got to understand how to balance your effort and surrender. When you get to that sweet spot, then you start having forward movement. Okay? And the key is to want something, intend something, take action without needing. And to give you an example of this, it's me in my 100K months. Right now I'm at 95K. I have 5 more K to go in revenue to get up to that 100K months. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Do I care too much about it? No. If it doesn't happen, is it going to be the end of the world? No. My importance level is coordinated. Okay? It's not too important to me. And the key to making this happen in your life, whether this be in your relationships, whether this be in your career or your business, is understanding importance and how it leads to excessive potential. And then understanding the 2 keys that gets rid of this excess potential so that this excess potential doesn't come in and create obstacles that wouldn't necessarily be there. Okay? Key number 1 is to watch your behavior from the third person. Am I putting too much importance on this? Is quasi putting in too much importance on this? How important is it that this happens? Is it too important? No? No problem. Number 2, when it does get too important, you got to learn to completely flip it. Inversion. Show yourself that it's a game. Oh, you got to work this day, last day of the year, to make that extra 5K? Take the day off. Next month, you hit 100K. Right? And with that, I can conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope this was helpful. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And I'm super excited to announce that the free one-to-one consult with me for the Reality Mastery Program is now open. So if you're interested in that, make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up. And please only sign up for that if you're serious about working together and actually taking your life to absolute new heights. This is not a free consult to have a conversation and talk about, just basically complain about problems or anything, but I actually have to have a serious conversation about if I can actually help you, if you'd be a good fit for the program, okay? So please only sign up if you're serious about transforming. And also I'm super excited to announce that our free Facebook group is open, and you can definitely join that to connect with like-minded people in this space who are on this same journey as well. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.